jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-Side official, no negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS is the first in the MF building. If you don't know now, you know I'm back at it once again on a Wednesday, right? And as you already heard, Bernie the Boxer did an interview with the greatest, the number one, numero uno, top pound for pound killer in the business, man. Terrence Bud Crawford out of Omaha. Yeah, man. He dropped in, you know what I'm saying, just walking around, strolling. If you're really close with a fighter and known him since he was 7 years old, and you get access like that. Shout out to Jay in the building. I see you, man. What's good with you? Mass fishing and sports and growing. Fishing and growing. What's good? I'll see you in the building. Excuse me, man. I got a little something in my throat. I've been trying to get out of it. So we're going to take a little peek at what's really the talk of the town for quite some time in the next week and a half. We're going to revisit a comment that Teofimo Lopez just made. It just goes to show you he's listening. You know what I'm saying? I think this Bernie and Bud interview was what boxing needed, you know, to kind of get us out of the funk of waiting on fights. Yes, we have a hitter that's coming up with Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol. Yes, sir. But, you know, there's a lot of people curious about the Sebastian Fundora fight. And Bernie the Boxer was able to kind of, you know, get to the core of all of it. You know what I'm saying? He's been knowing Bud forever and a day since he was a youngin'. And it's good to be able to be a part of greatness. You know what I'm saying? Bud is only one of many fighters that's gonna, you know, make their mark coming from over there in Omaha, Nebraska and B&B. So let's get right down to this interview. And I'm just going to show you a part of the first half of it. And then I'm going to, you know, just listen to the audio. All right, let's do this.
But we had a short delay. We here live on Terrence Bud Crawford Street. You hear me? We at the Blue House. You understand? We in the neighborhood. We at the Blue House. We at Granny's. There go Johnny, John, huh? This
go by there and see how they did.
All right. This is the day in the life, you understand? Of Bernie the Boxer and Bud Crawford. You feel me? Anyway.
Hey, just everyday, you know what I'm saying? Everyday black people being who they are. You know what I'm saying? Strolling the block, knowing who you know, goddammit. No questions asked. You just happen to know one of the best fighters ever in the sport. I mean, just out there chilling. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the air. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the motherfucking air. You know, I mean, what better can you ask for? What more can you ask for, man? Just outside chilling.
I'm waiting on the champ. He went to go drop the kids off. I'm going live, waiting on Bud, and I'm doing my show live right now, Mom. Where you going? I'm on the live right now, waiting on Bud. Where you going? I'm sitting right here. We doing the show live.
Hey, Kimberly, what up, girl? What's up,
Mom? Hey, Mama Crawford, say hello.
Yeah.
All right. All right, there you go. Speeding down the Blinnock. Come on now.
He said, "Feeding down the Blinnock."
This real as it get, huh? No cuts, no edits, no nothing.
Well,
what's up, bud? We already live.
Well, I just want to say this. You know, I can't help but reflect on, you know, back in the day how they said he was moving so funny and everything. So I'm guessing that big motherfucking, you know, Dooley or whatever he is, you know, a goddamn, you know, a full-pledged tour. You know, I guess he had enough money to buy that. You know, you need a big truck like that if you're gonna tote all these haters around, because it's constant. The numbers is changing every day. You need a goddamn big ass truck like that. So I guess his business was good. Seriously, I guess that business was good. You know, he got one of them tow the tow about 3, 4, 5 boats. You know what I'm saying? A mini yacht.
All right, boy. We already live. You know what I'm saying? There you go. There you go. We going up to the spot and do the show, man. Let's go. All right, bet. I'm jumping in with you, bud. I'm gonna park the car right here.
Did you see the difference? You know what I'm saying? In energy, vibe, spirit. You know, Bernie up there walking up to the channel, talking about, "Hey man, we're gonna go to the spot." And all that. Bud say, "Let's go." You know, it don't look like he's stressed. You know how you see some fighters, not to mention no names, they just always seem like they don't have it. You know, they don't know what's going on. But this is as natural as it gets at the end of the day. When you're around fam, you know what I'm saying? People go through and people have routines like this. This kind of take me back in the day a little bit, you know. That's the way it was on the block.
I'm jumping in with the champ. You understand? I'm jumping in with the champ. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You understand? Getting in the Silverado. Where my keys at, bro? This shit live uncut. With yours truly, it's Bunny the Boxer. I say, did you miss me? All right. Park this motherfucker closer. My ass shadow come grab me.
Mama's kicking him out. He's sleeping in the car and shit. He like, "Man, I can't go back home." I'm like, "Nigga, what shit? Nigga, what's up with your job?"
To be real out here, boy.
He like, "Nigga, shit. Nigga, I ain't got enough for them apartments out here."
Came from World Tour. Who I got, man?
Nobody.
All right, though.
All right.
Dodie, I'm gonna call you. I might need you to come get me from here, though, because he gonna be ready to, you know what I mean?
You doing a show on live?
I'm live right now. I'm at the show right now. I'm doing the show right now. On everything. We on our way to a dart tournament. You understand? Feel me? Coming in first place, of course. Anyway.
Did they say they was on their way to a dart tournament? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's how you kick the day off, man, and throw a big interview in there. You heading to a dart tournament. You know what I'm saying? Chilling with your boy and everything, man. Going to hear the damn be competitive in another sport. That's some good shit.
Hey. Bud, so what's up, man? How's everything, man? You just had a birthday, man.
Everything good, man. Y'all see the darts, man. When I whooped Eddie Hearn in darts, man, y'all thought it was a fluke. But I told him I play darts. I just don't play with the hard tips. We play with the soft tips over here in America. So, you know what I mean? I already got everything down pat.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't no fluke.
No fluke.
Well, for you haters, hey, I just came up with something for the haters. The way you can, you know, if you choose to go through the initiation process of crossing over from a Spence fan to a Bud fan, I just came up with some shit. What if you go through the transfer process from an aerosexual to a Bud supporter and show up at a dart tournament and put your most dominant hand on the dartboard, of course. And since they playing with the soft tips, that don't have nothing to do with the motherfucking point. If you know, he seemed like he only had 4 darts there. All you have to do is just stand there, keep your hand, don't make a sound, and just let him get the warm up out the way, and keep your hand right there, dead center on the dartboard. Now you might feel a little pinch, sting, but that's what happened when you started off on the wrong side. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your hand up there, take those darts, take the pain and suffering, you know what I'm saying, for sitting up here being a hater, and then go get a napkin and clean that shit up and goddamn go home and soak it. The next time you go live, you talk like you got some goddamn sense. You feel me?
Look, do this shit for real, huh? Northside stand up. Day in the life of Bud Crawford and Bernie the Boxer. You understand? Like I say, I'm with the champ, man. And the kid came from what we did a little world tour, you know what I'm saying? Coming off a spectacular victory. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Winning our 4th division world championship. There you go, the people's champ.
Talk to him.
You hear me? Okay. But anyway, like I said, yeah, man. What is $2 Tuesday? Come on, man. Oh, man, what it is, man. You know what it is, man. Who I got in there? Who I got? I got 12 threes up there. Sons of Apollo up there. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Huh? Okay.
Bernie up there reading off people in the chat without asking for super chats, unlike some people. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it even better. Just showing you how, the regular shit pop off sometime. You know what I'm saying? People may have, been on lives all the time talking about Bud. Now he on live. Guess what? They definitely gonna be talking about it. And this is what we need more of on YTC. Just a natural, down to earth motherfucking interview, of the elites getting out and doing shit that normal people do. You feel me? Just normal people do shit like this.
Okay. So listen, man, but your seatbelt. Oh. Well, we in the big old, what's this? Denali with the buckskin seats, with the all that other shit. I hate these new cars. I guess they keep you safe though. All right, anyway. All right. So we going, man. So I got the kid over here with me, man. Kid want to talk about, so we had a deadline going up. Everybody want to talk about that. What happened with the Fundora thing? We had the Canelo go up. You understand? He won that. We still don't know about that. Everybody wondering, man. But I got the champ with me. So let me ask you this, bud. How do you feel about some of the fans feeling like you lost your last fight? What do you have to say about that? That's a big question because true story.
Man, I just feel like, a lot of fans don't know what they watching. They so comfortable and used to me knocking everybody out. When you get into a good fight, if you don't demolish them or knock them out, they just feel like, you didn't succeed.
That's facts. That's facts. They want to act like you didn't succeed because when you was up there stunting on them, they try to say the only reason you were stunting on them were because your opponents wasn't shit that nobody else can stunt with. It wasn't too much. Anybody can do that. When he was performing, they didn't want to grade him high because he made it look too easy. And then when he moved up to 154, what they say? Why you ain't up there knocking him out? But then when he was at 147, you say the shit was too easy. You say anybody can stun on them guys. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fought nobody. But yeah, he get up to 54. You want him to do what you criticize what he was doing before. You want to semi-respect what was going on at 147. Now at 154, it didn't go down. And you say, here we go. The power didn't transfer over. He looked old. He 37. He out the sport.
You lost. They want to see you lose so bad that anything that's any type of competitive, anything that's any competitive nature, you know what I mean, that they look at it as a loss.
All right, but listen this though. Okay, I had to think about this too though. Do you think that because you looked at something like Superman, you think that's what it is? You know that the standards is for you so high. You feel me? Like
Of course. I always look at, the standards for me is always high because everybody always doubt me. Everybody always say, okay, well, I'm not as good as I portray to be. My record is my resume is shitty. Like everybody say all these things about me to try to devalue me.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we can say for sure is that the champ is not no way, shape, or form naive about the criticism that people put out there. And he has made that clear by responding to some haters that wanted his attention. They didn't want his attention based off support. They wanted his attention based off criticizing and running smear campaigns. So like you just heard, he knows, he hears it. His whole team hear it. Everybody that's out there around him hear it. You know what I'm saying?
When they can't, when you look at what I've accomplished in the sport of boxing and the things that I've done, you got to take your hat off and you got to give me my props. Just give props when the props is.
You got to give him his props, people.
But you know what? I think it's just like jealousy and love and hate at the same time. You know what I mean? And I feel like your skill set is so strong that you feel me. I think that's just what it is. Your skill set is, it's like who can beat you? You feel me? It's like who can beat you? It's like I feel like you adapt well. You know what I mean? You showed that in the Madrimov fight. You know what it takes to win. And you show everything it takes to be a champion and for 10 years like you did, like you are. So, but like I say, heavy is the head that wear the crown, And so
I think when you so much better than the competition that's in front of you, when the competition that's in front of you is world champions, Olympic gold medalists, is multiple weight world champions, and you just that much better than the competition.
Yes, sir.
They look at you and rate you as you're not fighting nobody.
Yeah.
Same way when they were saying about Roy Jones
Yeah.
Jr. Same way they were saying about Floyd Mayweather. He's fighting these guys out of prime, and he's fighting these guys when they washed and things like that. Never. When you're that much better than the competition, nobody want to give you your just due.
He said when you that much better than competition, they just don't want to give you credit. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to raise you up to the level of notoriety and respect that you should have. And that's pretty much a behavior that happens in life all the time. We know that. But in boxing, which is a full contact competitive sport, it has some of the worst disloyal fans. Not so much disloyal to fans that are considered to be Crawford supporters. I'm talking about disloyal fans when it comes to them claiming to be hardcore fanatics of the sport. The disloyalty comes into effect when they claim to be hardcore, die-hard boxing fans, but yet when they go out here and start talking, they bring it in some nursery, some daycare shit, some hating ass jealous stuff, and trying to blend that in with real boxing talk. No, you're speaking from personal vendettas and agendas that you got towards your unfavorable fighter. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's true story. So how you been feeling after your last fight? I seen you been doing a lot of traveling around the world. How was it?
Man, I've been feeling good, man. I got to experience things that I never experienced before. I got to learn things that I never, learned in history.
Yeah.
Just on the strength of, doing tours and just learning about the countries that was before us, that have been here for thousands of years. So those are things that matters to me the most, and just being around positive people and people that enjoy life.
Yeah, nice. like I said, you did you go to Venice? I think did you go to Venice?
Man, I went to Venice.
Rome. Did you see the Colosseum? Oh my God, where the tigers come out and all that stuff.
I wonder, I was thinking if people really paying attention, you know, when Bernie the Boxer said, did you go to Venice? A huge part of my thought process is saying he wasn't talking about Venice Beach. So that means he's traveling the world, a set name fighter. After July 29th has sent out a post talking about he was punching passports. I never quite heard him saying he was going to places like this, Venice, and Rome. It's no telling. They might have freaking lifted the gates and shit up there and let some real tigers out. Crawford knockout. It might be higher than what we know it to be on BoxRec at the end. I mean, seriously, it might be some tigers that sleep out there. They might have reenacted the scene, and Bud had a flashback and knocked some gladiators out that they was gonna put in a movie or something. Who knows? Seriously.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's good stuff, man. I love to see you doing that stuff too, but it says so what are your thoughts on T.O. calling you and Tank monkeys, man? That's some crazy stuff, man. That, you know what I mean? I feel like, man, like if you could be canceled, man, that dude should be canceled, man. That's man, that's not right, man. And somebody need to beat his ass, dude. He gonna get his ass beat. He close to getting his ass beat.
Man, listen though, T.O. is doing everything he can to get some attention right now.
Is that not what I said? Is that not what I said? He's doing everything possible to get attention. Everything possible to get attention. And he's doing it at the expense of someone who's earning attention for all the right reasons. Based off the compliments, achievements, the medals, the badges, and everything else that he's performed under the bright lights. Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? You had your moment on free TV under the bright lights. You had your moment. But now, desperately, you're trying to seek out those like Crawford just for attention. Because you don't want to step in that ring. That's an early eulogy for you.
A lot of people say, oh, well, T.O. this, T.O. that. Bud need to fight T.O. because of Canelo, this and this and that. T.O. is like the little kid that's screaming for attention in any kind of way. He don't care if it's good attention, bad attention. He just want to scream for attention. Now, had that been me or Tank,
yes,
that call him
yes.
a racial slur,
yes,
they would have been trying to cancel us. They would have been, all the bloggers would have been, disrespecting us, calling us racists, and it'd have been all over all the news outlets. You know what I mean? And I just look at things like that, like the hatred that's within always shows.
Mm-hmm.
No matter when it come out, it always come out. So that's not something that just came out. That's something that's been inside that man that he was taught as a little kid.
Yeah.
He said it was taught as a little kid, man. Straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Straight to the fucking point. No beating around the bush. You don't hear him going off, dropping this, dropping that, being all irate. He's pretty much sunning T.O. He's saying, man, you was taught that as a kid. You do anything and everything to get attention. You don't matter how you get the attention. You just do it. That's kiddie shit. You know what WCS calls that? I call that juvenility. You acting like a juvenile at the end of the day. You can't control your actions. You rambunctious. But you got to be extremely careful. Because they said something. Both Bernie the Boxer and Terrence Crawford said something that was facts. He should be canceled. Just like freaking Ryan Garcia was expelled. He should have too. Because you want to lay it down like, well, he say he's a gorilla, right? Well, I was just talking. It didn't have nothing to do with Crawford because Crawford don't go around saying all that shit. So you just came up with something, and I just wish Cam and them would have pressed him a little bit harder because that shit didn't make no sense. Maybe Cam didn't know. Maybe they didn't want to press him as hard as they could. Because I kept on hearing T.O. say, chill, chill, chill. No, you chill, nigga. You was up there comparing blacks. But I know where he get it. I'm going to let Crawford, continue with this. But I know why he feel comfortable. I know why. You know what I'm saying? I can explain to you in one sense as to why. You know what I'm saying? Because he's linked up with a person that feels just the way he does. That's always been on board with inciting this type of prejudice and racism. You know what I'm saying? And also, knowing that it's Teofimo Lopez, right? That same, content creators, dropping links to Team Lopez, who I always put on record as being a master manipulator when it comes to the media. He probably sent him the links and said, hey, you have these other black content creators calling each other monkeys and shit. Why don't you go ahead and call them a monkey and see what they say? Go ahead. Call them a monkey. See, that's where it gets a bit more ignorant, really dipped in the ignorance when people play you. When you think you're doing something special and you got your own people talking about monkeys, and then you get a non-black to say something, and then you want to call racism. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I mean, y'all up here busy embracing monkeys. You got old niggas. You got old niggas up here embracing that shit. And then when T.O. do it, yeah, it was fucked up. But them dumbass niggas over there doing this shit too.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it.
yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? They always was racist. They always feel that way. Okay, how do you feel about the cards Turkey is putting on? It seems like you're the only one that was favored to win.
I just think that Turkey is putting on the best competitive fights. Yeah, when you look at the cards, a lot of people may say Turkey getting a lot of people beat, but at the end of the day, he putting on the best. He putting on the best cards.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's making the fights that everybody want to see.
yeah,
When you look at Tyson Fury and you say, oh well, he put Tyson Fury up there, and Tyson Fury was favored to win and he lost. Anthony Joshua was favored to win and he lost. And just all these competitive fights. These is competitive fights.
Oh, my
These are the
mama.
fights that everybody wanted to see,
yeah,
and now they seeing it, and now everybody's saying, oh well, people is getting knocked off. People is getting knocked off because people is fighting the fights that they posted to being fighting. People is getting knocked off. People is getting knocked off because people is fighting the fights that they posted to being fighting.
yes.
But they wasn't
Yeah.
able to make those fights.
And I feel like
You got to say to yourself, that's a solid factual point that they're fighting fighters that they should have fought already. A cherry pick gone wrong, man, with Joshua and Dubois and all that. But a lot of people wanted to see Crawford move at the 154 and fight this guy Madrimov. Since Jamel Charlo didn't want the smoke, so he came off the belts. And that's who Terrence was supposed to fight. You know why? Because if you look at how he moved up in his divisions, he fought champs, right? When he moved from off that undisputed, moved up, fought Jeff Horn, gave him no credit, went through the division, white glove the shit out of that, and then his first fight at 154 is not a tune-up. It is not just a stay busy fight, and it show wasn't David Avanesian. So he makes a very good point with these fighters who are losing. They're fighting tough fights on who they're supposed to fight. Yeah, we weren't really looking for the Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua fight. We was kind of, me, myself, kind of trying to line Deontay Wilder up with Anthony Joshua. But I told people that Eddie Hearn was desperately seeking to get Anthony Joshua back into the talks so he can face the winner of the Undisputed. And I was right. I don't try to be right. I'm not right about a lot of this stuff. But all I was saying is, his fight with Otto Wallin, that shit was fake funky. And then his fight with freaking Francis Ngannou, fake funky for $20 million. And then he went on and he thought that Daniel Dubois was going to be the one that sit down that fought Alexander Usyk. And they was hoping the one who fought Jarrell Miller and Philippe Herkovic was on leave. No, he was on deck. He was at work.
Like this too, though. I feel like far as that, I feel like that the fighters always say complain about the money, which is understandable. Then when you put the money up there, then they don't want to do it. So it's just like, is it the money or what is it? You know what I mean? I know it's a strategic risk, but at a certain point, it gotta make, you gotta stand on what.
I think the money there, and I think the fighters is making the money, so the fights is happening.
Yeah.
I don't think that these fights that's been happening right now will happen in the right situation of today's age right now. I don't think if you putting them on ESPN Plus or ESPN pay-per-view that the money wouldn't be there.
Yeah, they ain't putting the money up. Yeah, they don't believe in boxing like that. And that fella, like you say, he just got money. He want to have a good time, and he believe in sportsmanship and believe in, like I say, best fighting the best if we gonna be doing it, man. Right. He's a boxing fan. Man, let's move this thing outside, bro. Come on, let's finish this thing outside, man. You understand? You know who it is, man. You know what it is. It's yours truly. It's Murray the Boxer, man. I'm in the captain's hat. You understand? We at the pilot. You feel me? We at the flight deck down over here. You understand? Come on, man. We kicking it, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I got Tila with me. I got Charity Thomas with me. I got Mike James. You feel me? Okay. You understand? Okay. I got the champ with me. You feel me? He called me in. I put the face on me, man. I'm stupid. Hey, this shit live and uncut. You feel me? We're going to a dart tournament. Day in the life with Bud.
Bud up here strolling around the neighborhood. Got the fro going, chilling. Hey, he in slides, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They just chilling, man, doing the interview that a lot of people was thinking about, wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Just a simple interview and talk about the current topics. Nothing fancy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be dressed up in your best gear. Your drip. Just going to a damn dart tournament, man, in the local area, man, and getting the champ's perspective on some topics that people are talking about on social media. That's good shit.
Crawford, you hear me? The people's champ in the flight deck. All right, but here, bro, right here. Let's finish out here. All right. So, like I say, let's finish this thing, man. Let's finish this thing. Nice. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. You know what it is. It's Bunny the Boxer. It's Bunny the Boxer. I got my man T. Crawford with me. All right, so since Turkey putting on all these big fights though, but it's another big fight coming up. We got Arthur Beterbiev going up against Dimitri Bivol. What's your thoughts on that undisputed light heavyweight match?
Man, I think that's a hell of a fight. You know, I think, you know, the best man is going to win. Once again, what's up? The one that execute their game plan.
You know, one thing that I don't see in the camera that further shows you, you know, the respect I have for how, you know, these cats move, because, you know, they just strolling and ain't no security around them like some people. Everywhere you go, it just seems like they need security. You know what I'm saying? They need something to assure. I mean, hey, it's as down to earth as you get. So let's just pay attention to certain things, as Bud gonna say in this part of the interview, since they indoors now, that might shock you a little bit.
The best will win in that fight. If I had to pick one, I'll pick Bivol, because his boxing skills, his movement, and just his will to keep a fighter at the distance that he need. And I think
so. So what I'm getting, you know, his pick for Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol, he's going with Bivol. I'm not telling you to put your money and your bets out there. I'm just saying, Champ say he's going for Bivol.
That's, you know, one thing that's going to carry him to victory. Now, Beterbiev, he's strong. He's going to be coming to fight, but I think Bivol jab is going to stop all that forcefully coming straight forward into the fight.
Yeah, the boxer are always mostly favored over the puncher. You know, and like you say, the competitive matches that have been going on, you know, we got the Tyson Fury Usyk rematch going up. Who do you like in that fight? How do you see that playing out?
Man, that's tough, man. I know the first fight I picked Usyk to win. You know, Usyk a good friend of mine. Tyson a good
2-fight deal to fight Conor McGregor, one in the ring and one in the octagon. Is that true? Is that true, Bud? Is that true, Bud?
Man, listen, man. Hey,
you gonna fight Conor McGregor, dude?
I told Conor
in the ring, in the octagon, Bud.
I told Conor to himself.
You'll beat his ass?
I said, hell no.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I guess he ain't moving funny, huh? It's been rumor mill that they've been trying to get that Conor McGregor and Terence Crawford fight. And you know, I mentioned it not too long ago, and I gave my take on it. But that just goes to show you he couldn't be moving too funny, because, you know, it was going to be a 2-fight deal, one in the boxing ring and the other one in the cage, which you heard Crawford say he told Conor McGregor, hell no. Why? Because for one, it makes no sense. For one, we don't need to go past one. One, this fight makes no sense because Conor McGregor is like 185 right now, or 190, however big he is, and Crawford's fighting 154. Not only that, there's a whole lot of other things that just doesn't give it the Floyd Mayweather and the Conor McGregor, you know, energy to make millions. Even though the fight would do great if you was to see Terence Crawford in the cage. Now, all I can say is it's not for everybody. That's why I commend James Toney for going over there and doing what he did against Randy Couture. He went over there, no freaking training, the little bit that he had, went in there, quickly got taken down because Randy wasn't going to box with Toney. And then he played around with him on the ground and subbed him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, give it up for James Lights Out Toney. You know what I'm saying? You had to have some cojones to step in that cage back then. And he went in there with a wrestler. Give it up for Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. They made millions of one fight in the boxing ring. And Floyd proved that the sports are different in their own domain. At this point in time, Crawford being a much smaller fighter, going in there with Conor McGregor, yes, it's a whole lot of money to be made with that fight. But for him to go in the cage and take that risk with Conor McGregor, yeah, you know, Conor may carry the rounds. It's 5 minutes, right? You know, Crawford knows this. It's 5 minutes per round. That's a lot of freaking time to be moving around. And then how you slow somebody down and bring them into your world. And Conor is astute to this. It's kicks, leg kicks. So you have to understand, unless it's a special rules match, it's not going to be fun once Conor McGregor start throwing those freaking kicks. Now, in a boxing ring, you know, Crawford will be able to work his magic with Conor McGregor and get it done with the hands. But we're talking about a whole nother striking dynamic when it comes to MMA. You know what it is. It'll be good money. It'll be real good money. But you talking about injuries. You're talking about, yeah, they can go in there and move around and make millions. But you know, Crawford said, hell no.
Yeah, Connor, they called me. You know what I mean? They called me. They offered me to fight, and I talked. Me and Connor got on the phone, and we started politicking. You know, trying to figure. Told him, man, I'm not getting in no fucking octagon with you, so you can be kicking me and elbowing me and shit. And so he get to laughing and shit. He like, man, I respect that.
Yeah.
He was like, man, because you respect my sport just like I respect your sport, and you understand that if you get in the octagon with me, you're gonna be at a disadvantage.
Yes.
Just like if I get in the boxing ring with you, I'm gonna be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
He was like, but we'll make a shit ton of money.
Shit ton of money.
I said, yeah, sometimes it ain't about the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can make money. Shit, but you ain't about to be kicking me, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them kicks and elbows, man, that shit ain't no joke.
Yeah. And at the same time, too, I think that which gets to my last question is that you know, I feel like you have arrived and we want to see so much more of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, you know, jealousy and love and hate at the same time. And I feel like, true story though, I feel like you're the best performer and people really want to see you perform because your fights are always exciting. Yeah. So whatever it is, it's an area of danger in your fights. You know, every time you get hit, it's an exaggerated thing, you know, so it's always an air and excitement.
Hey, Bernie made a good point right there. He said every time you get hit, they always exaggerate the effect that it had on Bud. It's not like they can feel, you know, like he has this freaking radiant power that emits out to anyone within close proximity. Yeah, it's exaggerated. The wild part about what he said too, that I can correlate with social media is that if you really look at Terrence Crawford and Madrimal fight, most of those pictures out there is of Bud Crawford being hit by Madrimal. Real talk. Most of them out there is him being hit. And I'm saying, you trying to tell me that's the only one that got touched up? We seen the pictures out there with Madrimal. He was having gloves. What they call it? He was getting a glove facelift. You know what I'm saying? He was getting a freaking facelift with them gloves. And most of the pictures you see out here on social media is of Crawford being hit.
Your fights and you know, the skill set that you bring and the tenacity, everything that you show it. You know, the way you live outside the ring and the way you fight in the ring, you show it. So I feel like that's what people attract to you, and that you are such a down-to-earth person. You know, you're a superstar, you know, and they really, you know, really like something like Superman, you know, like I said.
See, the one thing, the one part that I can appreciate, you know, Bernie has been around Bud for the longest of time, man, from way back in the day, right? So him complimenting this good friend of his, right, whose family, you know, people can't say he's up there kissing ass because they're gonna do the same thing for people they knew that long. It's almost like as a parent, you got a kid and you get to the point you see that, you know, your child is at a certain point and you're saying, okay, let me congratulate them for being at this point, right? So since your kid is at a point of being a teenager now, or 20, 25, 30, they did something that you said, man, I find that commendable. And you up there telling them about it. It's not considered kissing ass, is it? You know what I'm saying? It's not considered kissing ass. But I hear, you know, a lot of people saying that you're a fanboy and all that if you compliment a fighter, if you give them their flowers, so to speak, if you tell them what you genuinely feel about them. It's not kissing ass, man. It's being genuine. It's showing love. You know, but on here on the YTC, you will hear individuals, you know, kind of take it to that point to downplay it. You know, this is positive energy. Vice everything else you hear out here with all the monkey shit and all the criticism on who he haven't fought, who he need to fight, you know what I'm saying, who they want him to fight. All this lining motherfuckers up. Oh, you want to go to this vision, you got to go through the YTC. Shut the fuck up.
Say they call you, they don't call you mute because you shit in the road. They call you mute because you're heavy load. And this is something that you carried since a baby. This is what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I say, God has definitely tested you, and you've passed with flying colors. So it's like I say, you know, it's all like, you know, don't bet on against Crawford. You feel me? On my mama, this guy can do everything. But anyway, okay. So my last question, you know, is what's up with the Fundora situation? You know, they had the deadline of Monday. Everybody's talking about that. I read a question. They said you had a 10-day extension, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Good question, Bernie the Boxer. Good question. Good question. You know what I'm saying? Asking about the Fundora situation. We all want to know because 10 days was granted before this goes to purse bid. 10 days was granted. And we wanted to know within those 10 days what we expect. Because this is another legacy defining moment, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Out of Omaha, Nebraska, and boxing in general, globally. He's going for his three-time undisputed. And it's a fighter that just happened to be a holder. You know what I'm saying? But the backstory to this is great for it to be right here, right now. This is great, y'all. You know why it's great? Because these same people on Fundora's side, well, they had some criticism.
And are you going to fight him, or what's next?
Oh man, we still, you know what I mean? We still interested in that.
Yeah.
You know, of course. But one thing that kind of threw me off was they saying I wasn't, you know what I mean? What is his people say? They weren't worried about me.
I'll tell you what they said. They said you had a no lockable style. You know what I'm saying? Like, not so much Fundora, but you said his people, right? His people were saying you had a no lockable style. You don't sell tickets. You had a no lockable style. No lockable. Samson was saying that shit. But what you saying? He kissing your ass right now because they need a fight? Huh? Is that what going on? They need to double back around and try to make this fight happen, huh? Imagine how destiny becomes a child again.
Because I couldn't say it.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't say it. When I first out the 147-pound division, I went straight to Fundora.
Yeah.
What was that again? He said he went straight to Fundora. He went straight to Fundora. He went straight to Fundora, but they was complaining about him fighting Madrimov. But he went straight to Fundora. You remember when they had that news out there? You remember? Because 54 has been a whirlwind of deception. All the fake agitprop that's been out here talking about the fights that potentially may happen in 154 has been an overload, y'all. Seriously.
They said they was hurt. They didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
And still, when I go the other route, now they want to fight Spence.
Yeah.
They was scheduled to fight.
Yeah.
Now they keep getting their fight pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
Now they looking for a fight.
Now they looking for a fight.
Ooh, he said, God damn it. They, you know, when he went and fought somebody else, they tried to use that goddamn conversion tactic and go over there and fight Spence and found out it wasn't that easy, shouty. They found out it wasn't that fucking easy. Yeah, Team Fundora found out it wasn't that freaking easy because Spence was over there sitting under the cherry tree with them gloves hanging off. You know what I'm saying? And the trumpets was blowing. Happy retirement. Happy retirement. Happy, 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 happy retirement. Happy, 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 happy retirement. Yeah, that.
Ain't looking for some money. Like,
Yeah.
Crawford now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's still a fight on the table. You know what I mean? We just, you know what I mean, working things out that we need to work out, and you know.
But you know what? I feel like, you know, you're gonna get that because you're a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a way to try to get it out. And I think that's what he was trying to do. You know what I mean? If he could get away with a Spence fight like that after what you did to him, you know, he was.
What was that? What was that Bernie just said? He's a dangerous fight. We know that. We know that. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. That's a dangerous fight right there. That's a dangerous fight for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But see, the voice of reasoning, you know, Bernie is coming, you know, as he is the interviewer. He's coming. He said, well, yeah, they was just trying to get it out. You know, he's trying to be, you know, sensible about this. Unlike some people that was running around talking about he had a no likable style and he wanted to sell that to the freaking public. Samson Likowicz. He wanted to sell it to the public that the champ had a no likable style. But now, look who's returned and on the porch knocking at the door.
Gonna try to take that payday and then probably try to go into it. You know how a fighter is. You know, he trying to make that money and try to get out there.
I don't think it was him. I think it was just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's smart. It's smart.
Yeah,
business.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to go into no fight.
Yeah,
with me like that.
Yeah. But you know what? Like,
If you can get a bag, you know what I mean? Not saying that Spence wasn't gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're looking like, oh well, but Terrence did this to him.
Yeah.
We can do this. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Styles make fights.
Yeah,
You know
on my
what I
soul.
mean? Styles make
On my
fights.
soul.
And
Did the champ just say style make fights? You know, I heard some people here talking about, you know, don't tell me Styles make fights. I don't want to hear nothing about Styles make fights because it ain't got nothing to do with that. Man, shut your ass up. Styles make fights every day of the motherfucking week in the gym. You know, when they're getting prepared as an amateur all the way to a professional fight camp, Styles make fights, bro.
And when you get in there, man, and you see a different style, then you're gonna be like, damn, man, he fought me a different way.
Now listen, because you know they, like I said, you got the haters, you got the detractors, you got this and that. Do you think they see like they gotta get drop on you now since your last fight? You think that's another reason why they coming to you? Do you think I'm saying?
Hold on now. I gotta prep people for what you about to hear. I need to prep y'all now. Because, you know, sometimes you have people that stand underneath the same cloud all the time and they get used to the precipitation that's dumping on their head. You know what I'm saying? They get very much used to it and they accept it. Right? Right? You hear criticism about the same shit. Sometimes we so far away, we don't get to hear the inside talk and what happens in the sport and the gym talk. The sidebar conversations, but you about to now.
You've been criticized for your last fight.
I look at it like this. Mm-hmm. If Fundora licking his chops,
yeah,
over my performance with Majimov,
yeah,
I should be licking my chops, because Majimov knocked Fundora out in sparring. So who should be licking their chops?
God damn! I wonder if they're gonna send an NDA for that. Damn. So let me get this straight right quick. Like, let me get this straight. Let me clear my head, man. Cause I'm not as young as I used to be, man. Shit. So you trying to tell me that the champ just said if Fundora is licking his chops based off the performance Crawford just had with Madrimov, he should be licking his chops based off Fundora being put to bed by Madrimov in sparring. Say it ain't so, shawty. Somebody tell me that ain't so. Are you trying to tell me something, man? Where did this the inner workings? Boy, sometimes that damn news get out and we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know. We didn't know that the very same fighter they was criticizing Crawford for going in there and doing mediocre with that he had put hands on Fundora to the point where he was also laid down and his head softly placed on that posturpedic pillow within the ring. Fundora was knocked out by Madrimov in sparring. And they up here complaining about Crawford's goddamn performance. So who should be thinking about who again? Who? Seriously. And like I said, I like Fundora. But that was a solid analogy about which chops matter. You know what I'm saying? Styles make fights, right? So if somehow, some way, Team Fundora said that, hey, we can get with Joel Diaz, and we can come up with a solid game plan for Crawford, just like we did for Tim Tszyu. Well, guess what? In the words of Terrence Crawford, Styles make fights.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a revealed thing. I never heard that.
You know,
I never heard that.
Well, that's what I heard.
Yeah, okay.
I don't quote me on it.
Okay.
I'm speculating
Okay.
with somebody.
Hey, don't quote me on it, man. I'm not speculating. I'm just going off public record. Don't quote me on it either.
Else said.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Oh my God, a bombshell! Wow.
These guys,
Wow.
I don't understand why.
Who gonna take that sound bite?
If
Everybody.
me, Shakur, and Devin Haney.
I never heard that.
Well, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Because Majimov knocked Fundora out in sparring. My performance with Majimov.
Yeah.
I should be licking my chops.
Yeah.
Because Majimov knocked Fundora out in sparring.
Yeah.
I should be licking my chops.
Yeah.
Because Majimov knocked Fundora out in sparring. So who should be licking their chops? The team till today. You know, 10 years strong as a champion. You know, I won my first championship in 2014, and I'm still champion until this day.
To this day, he's still champion, y'all. Till this day, he's still champion. We got to give it up for the champ. You know what I'm saying? Still reigning, multi-division champion within that 10. Let's not forget that. Just wasn't a 10 vacation, fluctuating between weights, trying to figure out which way he want to contend. No, we're talking about multiple division champion, sitting at 4 right now.
10 years strong. And when you look at Devin, you know, Devin kind of mimicked and copied Floyd's image, kind of like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wants to be like Floyd, and he did a good thing and a good job of doing so. Yeah. You know, but a lot of people want to hate him for that, and he's the youngest undisputed champion in history. You know, a lot of people look at the Ryan fight.
That's a fact.
And they criticize him, and they say, "Oh, well, you know, you got beat up, you this and that." But Devin kept getting up. Yeah. Kept fighting.
He showed a lot of heart. Yeah.
He showed grit. He showed determination.
Yeah.
He showed a lot. But then when you look at it, it's our people that's coming at him and slandering him. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you look at
I just wanted to give y'all that part of the interview. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what they say after that.
Terrence Crawford, it's our people that's coming slandering me. Yeah. That's trying to belittle me.
I have to respect Bernie the Boxer's freaking interview and not skip past a lot of the content. I didn't want to do 100%. I didn't want to get flagged and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When you look at Shakur Stevenson, because he boxed his way through a fight. Yeah. It's our people that's criticizing him when it's called boxing. Yeah. I don't care if you hit like a tomahawk truck, you know what I mean, or you hit like a bumblebee, you sting it, or you hit like a butterfly. Yeah. As long as you get the job done, that's all that matters, because you got fighters that punch hard and you got fighters that don't. Yeah. You know, if you're blessed with it, you're blessed with it. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, the game is called boxing.
Yeah.
As long as we get the win, it look good doing so. You know, I just never understood why black media always give so much criticism to the black fighter.
That's a fact, and we know who we know who they are. We've heard them, we've seen them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't be old enough to get a bastard to change his ways. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You gotta let a bastard do what a bastard does. You can talk to him, but in the end, they're gonna continue to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna continue to be mischievous, and they don't want to hear you try to damn talk no knowledge into them. You know, these are old motherfuckers too. They're sitting up here and did what they did. Oh,
I never understood that.
I think that I want to say too though. I feel like, you know, I feel like the criticism with Devin, I feel like it's more like he don't seem like stand up guy. You know, like I say, like the thing with running away from Shakur in the ring. You know, not even acknowledging that the fight was a close fight with him and Lomachenko. You know, things
who talk that shit, Bernie?
like that. You know, people want to. I think you know what I'm saying. You gotta, like I say, you humble yourself sometimes.
But he's not the only one that's been in a fight like that.
No, but it's just like acknowledging your flaws, agnowledging your.
But how many other people acknowledge that they was in a close fight, or did they just say, "Oh man, I won"? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Loma and Tio.
Yeah.
That was a close ass fight.
Yeah, it was a close fight.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tio was coming like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Them later rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fucking Tio won that last round.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't criticize Tio and say, "Oh man, you need to
Lomachenko.
that was a close fight."
Yeah.
They not battering him for not giving Lomachenko a rematch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Well, we know Lomachenko didn't even want a rematch.
just saying that they not holding the same standards for certain fighters.
Yeah.
Now, say if Tank have a bad performance,
Yeah.
they gonna be on his neck.
Yeah.
If Tank lose,
Yeah.
they gonna be on his neck.
Yeah.
But yet and still, these other fighters, you know what I mean, can lose, and everybody just like, "Oh, it was a bad night." Oh,
Drop the names, champ. We know who you talking about.
they still on top of their game.
Yeah. Well, it's the going along with the best. And like I say, it's gonna put asses in seats, whether they want to, it's good, you know what I'm saying? Whether they root for you to win or lose, you know what I mean? And that's just
People that's on the comments, these people that's the blockers,
yeah,
they ain't good for shit.
exactly.
They ain't never gonna be good for shit. You
Yeah.
know why?
He said, "Y'all niggas ain't good for shit." They ain't gonna never be good for shit, dog.
Because they not emotional.
Yeah.
Because they not emotional.
Yeah.
They ain't good for shit. Fuck it. I'm gonna just go off of emotions.
Yeah.
Okay. So these people that's on the comments, these people that's the blockers,
Yeah.
they ain't good for shit.
Exactly.
They ain't never gonna be good for shit. You know why?
You ain't good for shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Your mama wasn't shit, your daddy wasn't shit, and you ain't shit. So the shit you talking ain't shit. Crawford put the whole motherfuckers on blast. You know who you are. Those of you that's been extremely highly critical of the champ, and he don't call you out.
Yeah. They not emotional.
Yeah.
If you're not emotional for something that you love and something that's in your heart that you desire,
Yeah.
you in the wrong motherfucking sport or position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be emotional for what I do and where I'm at.
Yeah.
Coming from where I came from,
Yeah.
coming the obstacles that I had to overcome, the doors that I had to kick down, the people that I had to run through. Of course, I'm emotional. Of course, I'm taking shit personal.
Yes.
It got to be personal.
Yeah.
Everything that I do is personal. Why?
Yeah.
Because you can't play boxing.
Right.
A lot of people always like, "Oh, you too emotional." No, I'm not. I'm not emotional enough because you know what I mean. I need to be emotional because this is my life.
Yeah.
I take this shit serious. So when I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I go run and I go put that work in, you know what I mean? It's because I want to win.
Yes.
It's my drive, my will to win.
Yes.
Yes, I'm emotional.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when I'm going through that motherfucking ring and all the emotions going through my head, I'm thinking like, nigga, I'm about to fuck this dude up. Like my emotions is flaring up. Yeah. So when you at your job, you just doing this shit and you just like, just another day. You wasting your life. Yeah. You wasting your life. Yeah. That's just like everybody say, oh, with Bud, he want to win and everything. Why do it to lose? Yeah. Anything I do in life, I want to win. Yeah. It's no.
He said, why do it to lose? Is he telling you what you need to hear? Goddamn, is this therapy? Is this some type of verbal medication that you've been yearning for your whole life? Or you heard this type of talk before because you one of them people that don't think the way he think? Why do it to lose? You know what I'm saying? Why are you in the game if you're doing it to lose? Who does that? Even as kids. Well, I can't say the kids because there was some kids that didn't care about goddamn losing. But why do it to lose, though? Why be on this level and not be emotional?
So fun and losing. Yeah. Oh, man, it ain't that serious. Yes, it is. Yeah. Everything is serious because if I do it, I want to do it to win. I don't want to do it to lose. If I know I'm a losing something, I'm gonna say you can have it. I don't want to do it. Yeah. Because I know you're gonna win. Yeah. I want to be able to compete. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I feel like I can compete with you, then I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Or if I want to have fun. Yeah. Just to say, hey, I fucking play LeBron James in basketball. Yeah. Which I already know I'm gonna win, but I just want to see if I can score on him. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's my win in my book. If I can score on this motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean, nigga? You this, you that. Yeah. But speaking of emotions, I'm emotional. I'm fucking taking shit personal because it is personal. I can't not take it personal if this motherfucker in here talking about, oh, you a bitch ass nigga. No, man. Now you like T.O. Yeah. He's a bitch. Yeah.
He said T.O.'s a bitch. T.O. just jumping up for joy right now. Seriously. T.O.'s jumping up for joy because Terrence mentioned his name. That's what type of time we on, y'all. T.O. wanted to get some type of attention. You know, him, his people, I'm pretty sure they sent the link and they took this part out right now. And it's not like he ain't told him to his face the very same words, but he's just happy that he's in his hometown. He's chilling, and he mentioned his name. He mentioned his name, and goddamn stapled him to the word bitch.
Happened with that? I seen you. You know what I mean? Y'all arguing. You know what I mean? Yeah. What happened with that? I seen.
No, man. Now you like T.O. Yeah. He's a bitch. Yeah.
What happened with that? I seen you. You know what I mean? Y'all arguing.
It's a way that you go about getting a fight. Yeah. As a man, you're not about to disrespect me as a man because I'm not disrespecting you as a man. Yeah. When I call somebody out, I never disrespect Spence when I call Spence out. Yeah. I never disrespect Canelo when I call Canelo out. Yeah. I always acknowledge them.
That's fine.
I always acknowledge their skills. Yeah. I'm a fan of Spence still. Yeah. I'm a fan of Canelo still. Yeah. And you know what I mean? It was that. You know what I mean? And this little motherfucker just disrespectful. Yes. You know what I mean? I seen him at the fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? He look at me and he playing because he think everything's a game. Yeah. But he don't understand that I will beat the fuck out of him and his daddy. Yeah. You know.
Champ said he think it's a game. First he described him as a little motherfucker. He said he don't know. He don't know that I beat the fuck out of him. Hey, it's funny how the first part of the interview was goddamn sung fraud, and he had a bit of solace to it, a bit of calmness to the motherfucking waterways. And then slowly but surely, them shimmers came in, them ripples start to happen, and before you know it, you got them white cap category 4 waves in this bitch at the end of the interview. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? I don't go around with security guards. I don't got this big ass entourage with me. And everybody know that. Yeah. Why? Not because I'm the baddest man on earth. Yeah. Not because I think I beat up everybody because I know what I'm about. I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
I don't try to portray to be nobody. I don't bother nobody.
Yes, sir.
I walk around as I please, come as I please, go
Yes,
as
sir.
I please. And I don't, you know what I mean? Try to be something that I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if I wig out, it's for a reason. And when I wig out, it's gonna be something different.
Yes, sir.
He see me and he laughing. He like, man, we gonna fight. I said, okay, hey, this is my time to check his dad because his dad slapped my shoulder trying to get some attention after my fight. You know what I mean? And it's on camera. And I'm just like, all right. So I go to his dad. I said, hey, if you ever put your motherfucking hands on me again, I'm gonna beat your ass. And he like, oh man, we just want the.
He said, if you ever put your hands on me again, see, this is where he has every check in the box to be upset about how they was fucking with him, because when he was walking out to his fight, Tio was over there trying to get his attention like a little bitch. He was over on the sideline cheerleading. Don't have a fight coming up. He was over there trying to treat Crawford like he's gonna be a little stalker type bitch. And then I didn't know his dad had touched him on the shoulder or whatever, trying to get his attention. Now you're trying to do, by all means necessary, you're trying to get Crawford's attention, and you don't care which way you're going about it. So whatever happens, in so many words, is whatever happens. You're fine with it. That's what Lopez Sr. is saying. And Tio, whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens.
The fight. We just want to fight. And Tio like, no, we just want to fight. We just want to fight. I said, shut your bitch ass up while grown folks is talking.
Yeah.
So now I'm pointing in his dad's face because now I'm getting mad. I'm like I said, if you ever put your motherfucking hands on me, again, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
Tio like, oh man, what? You want to fight? You want to fight outside? I like, yeah, we're gonna fight outside, motherfucker. What you talking about? Like, nigga, your dad hit me outside the ring. What the fuck you mean, nigga? Like, I'm gonna beat your ass outside the ring.
The storm has rolled in. hey, it's a lot of you niggas is getting a little frightful right now. I know you probably goddamn just coming back from lunch on a full stomach, and you saying to yourself, wait, hold up, shit, my stomach's starting to get a little bubbly. You know what I'm saying? They was up here driving up to the lot, and they was watching the interview and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's making its rounds now, and they was feeling all good and peaceful on a Wednesday. Feel me? And then they decided to pick up their phone and tune in. It done went by a little bit. I was saying, you put your hand on me again. Now it all making sense. He was telling the dad, you put your hand on me again, I'm gonna beat your ass. Then he told the son, the little kid, Tio, you know what I'm saying, shut your bitch ass up while grown folks talking. Oh my God, man, this is crazy. And that's when he put his fingerprint on Tio's head. He was like, God damn it, yeah, we're gonna do it outside. And you can read their lips if you pay attention to the video. You can read their lips, and then let's just let him tell it.
So then the security guard is coming, and now he getting bold. Oh, you don't want the world to see you lose. You don't want the world to. So then I come back, I'm like, hey, you's a bitch. You know what I mean? I'm over there. If that was my dad, I don't give a fuck where we at. Nigga, I'm gonna clean you. You
this is the part I'll tell you. You want this part. The look, let me calm down. Okay. Let me put on my military hat. Okay. In this type of situation, tactically, we had condition 1 ready. That's pretty much what this guy's talking about. He's saying basically, in a tactical situation, I already would have been ready at a condition 1, ready to fight, ready to kill. If you would attempted to do that to my pops, I would have wigged out on you, as Terrence Crawford said. it would have became detrimental to a lot of people's health. That's pretty much what he was saying. In a tactical situation, there would have been casualties.
Poking my dad and you all in my dad's face like this, and nigga, you think I'm just about to sit there and
yeah.
Nigga, he's a bitch, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? And that's what I be saying about a lot of boxers. They get too hyped in the hype train when they got all these security guards around them, when they got this entourage around them, and then they start thinking like they tough, be like, oh, we just promoting a fight.
Yeah.
Everybody not playing with you.
Yes.
Everybody not playing that
That's
promote
fact.
fights and shit.
Yes.
You
That's
get
fact.
beat the fuck up,
Yes.
stumped out, nigga, in the streets,
Yes.
nigga, you and your daddy.
Yes.
Shout out to Birdie the boxer. Birdie just said yes. True. Right. Yep. He say, and don't everybody play this promoting the fight shit. It's real talk. They don't do it, man. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Everybody, I agree with the champ. Everybody just don't play that. Everybody don't go around goddamn tossing that yo-yo back and forth like it's a motherfucking game.
Like, and they think, oh, well, I'm not scared. I don't want you to be scared.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not scared because scared people do scare shit,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Like, that's the number one thing when people say, hey, I'm not scared of you. I don't want you to be scared of me. You don't got to be scared to get fucked up.
Yeah.
You think these boxers be scared when they begin in that motherfucking ring? Some of them do, nigga, and they fuck a nigga up because they scared.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be scared of me. I just want you to know, to respect me and know that I would really fuck you up in real time.
Exactly. That's why he the people's champ, because he mean business. He stand on business. He say what he mean and mean what he say. You hear me? Man, damn, man, shoot, man. Like I say, so man, that was some good stuff, man. Like I say, there was a lot. That was a lot of information there, man. It was good, man. Appreciate you, man. I know you finna go do
I got my darts.
Hannah got your dart tournament, man. Like I say, but man, appreciate you, man. Damn, baby, birthday, all that good stuff, man. Man, show enough love, man. Have a good tournament. Yeah. Hey, what you heard it there from the champ, man, live from the top flight deck down here. You understand? Truly, man, it's Bernie the boxer, man. What else is new?
Hey, shout out to Bernie, shout out to Bernie the boxer for the interview. Hope you don't flag me. I did send him a text. You let him know I wanted to do a reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's straight with it. But you heard a lot in that. You heard a lot. I'm going to take you on another side street about Teofimo Lopez, right? I'm going to take you on another side street with Teofimo Lopez. All right? Because it just goes to show you that he is listening. All right? I pay attention to this shit. But let's talk about briefly what just went down. Bernie the boxer just dropped a fire, interview with the best in the game, the champ himself, top pound for pound hitter, Terrence Bud Crawford. And he pretty much, touched on some topics that we would like to get a bit more intel on. And being at the Fundora situation, they say he had 10 days left. He gave us some more information on that. And yeah, it's been times that I did speak on, especially when Samson was going around here and he had no problem talking about they wanted the Spence fight. They had no problem. It's okay for him to say they want the Spence fight. But then and beside that, he was also saying that the reason, if anybody was to ask why they don't want Crawford, was because, it was something to discourage the fans. It was like no likable style. And he just coming off one of the best fights between 2 pound for pound fighters that was anticipated to go down in this era. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was waiting for Spence Crawford Spence, and it went down. And though it was easier for Crawford, expected, it happened. It's recorded. Period. It's recorded. And then also Bernie the Boxer mentioned the Madrimov, how people was hating on him, talking about he lost that fight and he didn't have the performance. Like I say, time and time again, people will, some of these haters will never give you your flowers when you up here doing what you're supposed to. You live in the lifestyle of a fighter, and it's showing every time you step under the bright lights. Crawford went in there and white gloved the whole 100-pound division with stoppages, y'all. Not just stoppages that just started at 147 pounds, and they was like, oh man, now he knocking motherfuckers out. Okay, we got it. No, this was called a continuation of the 140-pound division. This was a continuation into the welterweight division. And through all the talk, the hoopla, the criticism on who this, that should be fighting who, finally the fight, was made contractually. It was made official. And it happened last year, and we seen how the results played out. For him to move up to 154 pounds with no tune-up and fight the champion. Now, the criticism was, oh, well, yeah, he was a champion, Madrimov, but he only has 10 professional fights. But Crawford's not to blame for Madrimov having 10 professional fights and a champion. He's not to blame, even though he's one of these fighters of this era that gets blamed for something that he has nothing to account for. It's nothing that he did that places him in the square to say we want to blame him for this. They just do it because they find him to be an easy target. But the wild part about what they did, they was on the wrong side of boxing. Real talk. They was on the wrong side when it came to selectively choosing to demean, speak so belligerent, criticize, be malicious towards a fighter just so they can elevate the fighter who was supposed to be so popular. Spence was supposed to be so popular. So what they did, instead of putting that focus, just think about it, instead of putting all that focus over there on Spence and building up his name in the algorithm, they selected to go over here and talk so greasy and slimy. You know what I'm saying? They thought dropping all these obscenities and lies on Crawford would stop how he was going to go in the gym and perform. It probably pissed him off. I don't know. You hear the champ in this interview talk about wigging out. It didn't seem like he wigged out in the fight with Spence. It seemed like he kept his poise together and stuck to the game plan with the mad scientist, Bomac in the corner. It seemed like, they was listening to one another, and Crawford was going in there executing. He was executing, man, the plan. He went in there and did what he's supposed to do. He did what he's supposed to do. Now moving on, right? After Madrimov fight, once again, they desperately seeking Errol Spence. He hops in the ring. After Fundora fight, people believe that he's cop blocking. Not so much to get Spence and just build him up. Just build him up. Build him up. No, they just want to go on another Crawford smear campaign, knowing that the abuse that they took previous to July 29th, the scar tissue still haven't healed properly. They still suffering from that shit. But they feel like, oh, this is the time. Oh, he blocked. Just like little hoes. They sitting there talking about somebody cock blocking. Don't you understand this is boxing? Like, you have people that's in place to do this motherfucking business and negotiate. So they felt like PBC came on there and blocked Crawford from doing what he was supposed to do. And the reason why they're so jealous of Crawford still, based off him dispersing Spence, is because they was looking for him to be in the same predicament he was when he left Top Rank. When he left Top Rank to go over there and try to negotiate with Spence, they was criticizing him for the very same request that they made for him to make. They asked him to leave Top Rank because they was trying to say that Bob Arum don't give a fuck about him, and he was losing money on Crawford. So Crawford need to leave and go over there to PBC. So when he left to go over the PBC, in between time, they was linking him up to Daniel Cunningham. The lawsuit shit took place. And then when he made it over there, you know, all these numbers start floating out to the public. And they said that, oh man, how dare he? The audacity of him to go over here and think he's going to negotiate with PBC without signing the PBC and with no promoter. He's stupid. He's moving funny. That's what we always criticize him for. And look, he even resigned from the negotiations to return on a different day, and he ended up working better for both fighters. Not only that, but them same individuals who was criticizing Crawford, they're not going to apologize because Spence ended up hiring Adrian Clark too. They used to brag about the advisor manager, right? But even Spence put out a tweet and said he felt he was getting played. But they didn't want to take the shovels out. They didn't want to get the jackhammers out and break ground and try to find out what was the reason behind that. They know if everything was cool and Spence didn't feel like he was getting played with his money, he would have kept everything the same. But that was 2022. Negotiations back then wasn't negotiations that took place in 23. So therefore, you have a change up in the team dynamic. And that's where we have Adrian Clark, Fighters First Management, come in, and both fighters got paid well. Of course, they was up here bitching and complaining, you know what I'm saying, and shitting in their panties. And talking about why he had to give concessions, instead of just focusing on the fight. Just like I said about Deontay Wilder, Crawford, you know, they will always receive criticism until they retire. They will always be those type of fighters for some reason that the general public, which happen to be majority of them are black, when it comes to the YTC YouTube community, they want to find a target and profile these fighters all the time when it come up for them to step into the square. So don't listen to these cats that sit up here and say, I'm not a fan for the fighter. I'm a fan of the sport. Because if you was a fan of the sport, you definitely would have much more respect for the fighter. That's facts. You would have much more respect for the fighter. Because without the fighter, there's no sport. So I think that's just the dumbest shit ever when people say they're a fan of the freaking sport and not the fighter, when the fighter makes the sport. You remove the fighters from the fucking sport, you don't have any type of damn entertainment value. We're not looking at AI robots while you're sitting in a seat and you watching a hologram and you got two fucking robots fighting each other. Let's get to this article by Teofimo Lopez, right? Teofimo Lopez explains why he won't fight Shakur Stevenson. Imagine that. Hey, look at what he said though, yo. You remember my other live when I was talking about how Tio, you know, Rolly said he had to talk to Tio for being suicidal and shit, right? He was going through personal shit. Wouldn't you know, Teofimo Lopez explains why he won't fight Shakur Stevenson. Now imagine this. He's going through hell and high water to get this fight with Crawford, because obviously he's totally opposite of what they was trying to Samson was trying to say, that he has a no likable style. He tends to be the name that people want to step in the ring with right now, right? He said, and this is from Nation Vegas, Boxing News 24. It said Teofimo Lopez said the reason he doesn't want to fight lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson because he saw how he was suicidal after a loss in 2015 at the National Golden Gloves in Las Vegas. Lopez say Shakur wanted to go to the top of the hotel and jump off. Teofimo adds that he doesn't want to have the blood on his hands if Shakur falls apart after losing to him and taking his own life. Fans saw Shakur cry after his defeat in the 2016 Olympic finals against Cuba's Robeisy Ramirez. He was all broken up after that defeat. The judges weren't into giving Shakur a win after he outworked by young Robeisy, who was on the attack the entire fight, outslugging him. The fight showed the blueprint for defeating Shakur, attacking him relentless, chasing him down, and not letting him win rounds with his low output. So let me pause right there and fold the page for a minute, because at the end of the day, we saw how Teofimo Lopez, some of his most marginal performance values, how it played out. The fighter was not the aggressor. You know, he wanted to play the counter fighter, the counter boxer, the counter puncher, and all that shit. But he's talking about Shakur Stevenson. It was pretty much a blueprint on how to beat him. All you have to do is force the issue. You know what I'm saying? Show aggressiveness, show pressure, outslug him. But then with Teofimo Lopez, when the fight doesn't come to him, he showed that it's pretty difficult for him to make adjustments, i.e. Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? And even George Camboso. George Camboso lit him up, you know, with that left hand. He just went to the bank a little bit too much. But you know, everybody has their style. Just like the champ said, styles make fights. It goes on to say, I ain't trying to give that man his first loss. I'll let somebody else take that, said Teofimo Lopez. Come and talk to me about why he's not interested in fighting Shakur. I've seen Shakur lose in the amateurs. Just what I said earlier. It said Teofimo fights at 140 now, and he's big for that weight class. Okay. And making weight for Teofimo's last fight against Steve Claggett on June 29th, he appeared badly drained and performed poorly, struggling to beat the fringe contender by a 12-round unanimous decision in a fight closer than the judges' scores. Now, this is Teo they're talking about. Teo stayed at the 135-pound division for an extended period of time, for many years, right? So therefore, when he finally moved up, he fought Campa, fought Martin, fought Josh Taylor, Claggett. He has to understand when it's time to move up. He has to understand that. But when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, what does this have to do with anything? Being that he already has some fights where people didn't appreciate it. Where does this? He wanted to go jump off the top of the freaking hotel. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be the one who pushed him to that limit. The man has been in the professional ranks and have amassed 3 divisions, yo. Why would Teo bring that up about suicide? You know goddamn well people are going to always go back to when Rolly was talking shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Rolly, you're supposed to be your good friend. He was up there talking, calling you all sorts of names and talking about you was suicidal. But then you turn around and say the reason why you don't want to fight Shakur because you don't want to hand him his first loss. And the wild part about that, you may be the lone proprietor in belief that you would beat him. I don't think there's too many people, depending on styles, that think you will win too many rounds in that fight. But you have to make the fight happen, just like you did Lomachenko. If you want people to look at you as the old vintage Teo who went in there and fought Lomachenko, who was a come forward fighter, guess what? Do it. But you know, being one-dimensional at this level is not going to work out for you. And you telling people that you don't want to be the one to hand Shakur, yes, sounds good. You know, bringing up somebody, you know, saying they would be suicidal. It sounds good and all. Real talk, it sounds good. But who you going to fight next? Who you going to fight next? It's kind of crazy that Teo would bring up suicide and shit like that when, you know, the guy that he went and took pictures with that went on the racist rant, he was up there talking about how crazy he was and mental health and all that. And both of these niggas talking about how Jesus Christ is their savior, personal savior. But yet, you know, your friend goes up there and tell people that's not the case. And then turn back around and say, yeah, I do have some mental shit going on. Just like Tio's been on record saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Saying the exact same thing, bro. He said, Shakur looks big at 135, but his lack of power makes it near impossible for him to move to 140 to fight stronger punches like Tio, Alberto Puello, Jose Rayo Valenzuela, and Liam Paro. Those guys hit too hard and would be difficult for Shakur to handle. Stevenson, but he expected to defend his WBC lightweight title against William Cepeda in February. This would be a very difficult fight for Shakur because Cepeda is a pressure fighter who can punch and has a high output. Moreover, Cepeda cuts off the ring well and walks through punches to land his powerful body shots. He's kryptonite for runners. And look, that's something that Shakur Stevenson is gonna have to, find out come February, just like William Cepeda. We've seen fighters that perform very well against other styles. We've seen that. Shakur's gonna have to go to the drawing board and watch the film and figure it out, just like Cepeda. One thing I can say about non-fighters, it's easy for us to make our observation. And then if we want to write an article, then we give our verbal assessment out to the general public. It's easy. It's different than you going in there going 3-minute rounds, man, with gloves on and you taking shots. It's much different than sitting behind a keyboard. It's much different. Seriously, it's way more different. Let me get to the chat, man. Yo, big shout out to the chat and everybody in here. Shout out to Christopher White in the building. I see you. What's good with it? One love to you, brother. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Golden in the building. What's good with it? How you feeling, bro? Shout out to Tough Glove Boxing in the building. Salute to you, brother. Salute at WCS in the hottest chat in the game. I appreciate you, man. Definitely check him out. Sub to his channel, support the content. Carlos Rosado in the building. You can see the real Bud, the relaxed Bud. This isn't professional Bud. This chill Bud. Hey, man, you can tell when he hit that level. It was hilarious to me because, he gave you both sides of who he really is. And he made sense in what he was saying. He said, that was my pops comparable to what I was doing to your pops. Nigga, it wouldn't even be up for conversation. You standing there. He said, you a bitch, man. You hear me talking shit to your pops who touched me. And I'm telling your pops, you touch me again, I'm going to bust your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. What did they get off, making that connection with somebody? What do you get off doing that shit? You like messing with the wrong person, man. Yeah, to all the haters around. Shout out to Band on Deck. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to ITC Boxing to you, man. Salute to you. What's good with it? The apostles in the building. One love to you, my God, WCS and the greatest chat in the land. Oh, yes, that was a raw interview. And I have so much to say. 402 stand up F up. Bud going for 3-time undisputed for sure. No doubt, man. It's all about legacy at the end of the day. But unfortunately, in this game of boxing, you have individuals that believe they're more important than what they really are. And Teofimo is finding that out. He was faking it for so long. Now he's trying to use the Ryan Garcia method of attention. Ryan Garcia went viral for what he said, on Spaces. So Teo tried to come back and do the same shit. And what black people, usually how we hold ourselves accountable, like, I don't know. Some of these cats never really had mentors or anybody who tell them some real knowledge, whether it was off the street or on the street, right? But they'll tell you some shit like, if someone says something fucked up about your, someone you fuck with heavy that you respect, a friend, and you didn't correct them, or you didn't speak out about it. In my group of people, the blacks, You know, the real ones will say, hey, well, you just as wrong as they are if you didn't really tell me. You know, you just as wrong as you didn't speak up about it. If you really fucking with me, if we respect each other like that, you didn't tell me, it's just as bad. And it's a lot of people that should be speaking up about what T.O. said, but they hush. They quiet, yo. He said that monkey shit, and they just quiet. And I know why he mentioned the monkey shit, because you have all these other idiots up here, you know, using that terminology and think it's somewhat educational for their listeners. And the only thing it does is just allow them to be put in their own cage. That's all. They all in the same cage. If they considering this is something they want to teach their family. If I'm in somebody's chat and they talking that bullshit and I have a family, who am I? Is this information that I would want my kids to listen to or my friends to be a part of? No. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers don't care. A big shout out to the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience, man. Definitely check out his channel. You know what I'm saying? Team Tucker official on deck. And I want to congratulate him, you know, on you know, picking up some more managerial licenses in multiple districts or multiple regions. Man, congrats to you, man. It's always love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Congratulate you on always moving, you know what I'm saying? Not for the views, but for the growth. Continue to go out there and shine and do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you. Continue to goddamn expand your portfolio and do you. Don't think about what nobody else is saying, because what they saying may not include, you know, your name in a positive light. Don't expect motherfuckers to come around. You know what I'm saying? When I say come around, not so much in your proximity, but come around to understand, yes, people out here that are making strides and progressing. Not come around and jump in your chat and show you love. No, come around and understanding, yes, people out here that's making progress. They're doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They have goals set. Like a lot of people call themselves managers, but they don't have you know, fighters. They don't have a fighter that's fighting anywhere on a fight card. You know what I'm saying? So however you want to get in the game, you know, do what you do. But shout out to Shaw News, man, for making those strides, bro. These guys not in the game. They sit around stagnant, gossiping about online boxing talk. Too much Bud Crawford dropped an inside gem. He did, man. You know, the 16-ounce gloves and headgear. Don't forget that. Yeah. You know, he talking about Madrimo knocking out Sebastian Fundora. For those of you that may not have been in the building earlier, you know. Yeah, man. That's crazy. Sir Singh in the building. What's good with it, Sir Singh? How you feeling, bro? When Terrence Crawford was talking about the block of PBC and Dick Eater, yeah. You know what I'm saying there, Chris? You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, we know. we know who they are. That's that energy that's going to beat Canelo. Why do it to lose? Yeah, why do it to lose, man? Isn't that the mentality a lot of people should have? Like, why do it to lose? You're in charge of something. Like how he was coming off his energy and his hunger mentality to go out there and compete to win. He's basically saying something so basic that's very, you know, profound in his own way, because he's saying, if I'm going to compete in a sport and I have all these eyes and I'm putting in all these hours and sacrifice all these days, weeks, and months and years in the sport, why am I going to get here and then just pick and choose when I really want to put maximum effort into this? Why am I in it to lose? Why do it to lose? I mean, what's the purpose? You have some people that's extremely competitive in this world, man. They don't want to lose a motherfucking thing. They don't even want to lose sleep. Serious, man. They don't want to lose sleep, yo. They don't care. I just turned 40 this past Sunday. Yeah, happy birthday to you, man. You an old ass nigga now, Sir Senior, for real. For real, man. You 40 years old, man. I remember when I ain't gonna give you no back in the day story, man. Hey, man, shout out to Sir Senior, man. Turning 40 years old, man. It's good. You made it to 40. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of them, they're not making it to 40, bro. They're not. Shout out to the Oracle Trick Noti in the building. To be honest, this is why boxing needs to be governed. If Tio was in the NFL, NBA, MLB, or any other sport, he would be fined and suspended, possibly banned. This behavior by Tio should not be tolerated. Solid point. And see, just like Trick said earlier, you know, being that boxing is not a regulated sport, it doesn't fall beneath the umbrella of those who can render such punishments and repercussions. That's why a lot of things that goes on in boxing, when you have replay, so to speak, replay only is basically rendered in good faith within the commission of that region. That's it. Like, it only benefits that region. It really don't benefit across the board and uniformity. Everywhere you go, you don't get the replay and shit. I mean, there should be a governing body and a president for them to make rulings on some of the shit that we see. We wouldn't have had the Gabriel Maestro and Michael Fox situation where he clearly came in there with illegally wrapped gloves, where somebody thumbed the padding back to the wrist so he can have more knuckle. And then after he changes, he goes in there and loses. And Team Fox put in a petition to have it overturned, and they denied it. But if they would have had, you know, if the sport would have a bit more structure to it, we talking different. But you're also talking about a system where there's a lot of betting, a system where people are doing what the hell they want to do. And you have fights that's not always ending with a non-biased result. You have fixed fights. You know what I'm saying? You do. It still happens today. People don't want to talk about that F word, but yeah, you still have fixed fights. You still have shit where fighters can say shit like Tio did, and like Trick mentioned, he's not fined. He's not suspended. You talk about comparing somebody to an animal, Vice using the N word with the on the end. Which one balanced out? You know what I'm saying? Which one had more derogatory effect? You know, which one was a bit more malicious? It seems like just because Ryan Garcia had said what he said and he kind of characterized, you know, that word, they kind of figured like it encompasses everybody. I guess that's why they said, hey, we got to suspend him. You know what I'm saying? The WBC rather, we got to expel him, because boxing didn't suspend him for the racial rant. He was suspended for Austrian, but the WBC doesn't stop Ryan Garcia from boxing. The only reason Ryan Garcia can't box right now because he's under suspension for testing positive, not for testing positive for using racial, you know what I'm saying, derogatory comments. And he himself showing the people how he feel deep down inside. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trick though. Tough Glove Boxing say Bud came out for a hot second when he thought about someone touching his pops. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did, right? Yeah, he did. But I mean, that just goes to show you Bud different. He was in there smiling all before him and Bernie just around and shit. Boy, he said, man, if somebody would have did that to my pops, man, shit, I would have been on your ass immediately. Look, effective immediately. He said, you say that dumb shit. It's ways to promote a fight, man. You say that dumb shit, man. You get your ass stumped out in the streets, man. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? We don't seen that side of Bud before. You know what I'm saying? When they pulled up on Jose Benavidez, motherfuckers came in there with the whole crew. The whole squad pulled up on Benavidez, dog. You know, damn, that's the, I mean, that energy right there, I think that's the most angriest I seen him, you know, dealing with his profession. That's all I'm saying. He said you could tell Bud the type of dude to go from 0 to 100 in a second. When he blanks out, it's a wrap. Yeah, man. He say, motherfucker, wig out. When you get dudes that's talking about shit and how they look, this is not an ongoing current situation he in, but he's speaking on a situation as if it was to happen. And then their energy places them. They get in character right in front of you. Say, this is the way I would be if I was actually in the situation. I know I'm speaking in hindsight, or I'm speaking and you know, prognosticating if it was to happen, but yet they're giving you the energy on how it would be in the situation. That's a dangerous person, because not everybody pick up that type of energy. But I can see how he was talking about T.O. You know, T.O. was trying to get into the post-fight presser. They had been talking that shit. And then his dad, you know, popped him on the shoulder. Man, you don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? You just don't put yourself out. No, bro. Don't do that. But you make a good point there, Ban, for real. You make a good point, bro. I told him Bud is really like that. What do I know? They're not like us. Hey, man, anybody who's sleeping on Bud, you know, from the way he the one fight they wanted to use over and over again was Gamboa. Gamboa, I swear, you know, Gamboa was always in the beach. And he got a notification. You know what I'm saying? You have earned $6,300 for your name, image, likeness. Because every time they mention Gamboa's name, I swear to God, it was just for Bud. Man, Gamboa, no other fighter. They even mentioned, oh, Gamboa hurt you. Gamboa hurt you. That's all you heard until he went in there and he beat the Gamboa out of them when he was beating the Spence out of them, yo. He was literally beating two people out, his enemies, on the same night. You know what I'm saying? Because they kept on mentioning, oh man, he got hurt by Gamboa 7 years ago. He ain't gonna be able to fuck with Spence. Spence too big, too strong. And look, when I was at the presser, I'm not gonna lie, Spence did look, but I understand what has to happen prior to the fight. You have to go to the fucking scales, yo. Spence was weighing all that weight. I said, man, it ain't no way he gonna make weight. I said, it's no way. Old boy is big. Both of them shadow box right in front of me, man. I had to go with their enemy lines, man. I had motherfuckers trying to hate on me over there in that, you know what I'm saying, that one female, you know what I'm saying, the witch herself, which, you know, she didn't know how Marines do it. But I got the best seat in the house and got the best video in the house. They came in there and shadow box for a minute, right there in the red carpet. But Spence was way bigger than Crawford on that day. But he was nowhere close to getting 147. And what happened? That dude was still running on fight week. He was still running on fight week, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Henry on deck, what's good with it? Salute to you, brother. T23 in the building. He said, Bud don't play. He's real. You saw how he got down that inner energy. That superhero came out. Shit, he said, when a motherfucker wig out on your ass. You playing that shit when I wig out on your motherfucker, man. Shit. That nigga. Hey, that monster came. Hey, it caught a lot of people off guard how he was transforming right in front of you. The video, lost his clarity just a little bit. But dude, he started to transform. David Banner was transforming into the goddamn Omaha Hulk right in front of you, bro. You just didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? His eyes were probably turning green and shit. I mean, the shit started to happen right there. He started to transform right there, man. His tone of voice, all that shit. Don't forget, W says they asked, who did Bud know with 50 million? Yeah, not knowing he was playing with that Arab money. Facts, man. Facts. They really was like, okay, we done heard it out there. You know what I'm saying? They done seen the picture with him and Warren Buffett. But you had the haters up here saying, man, Warren Buffett ain't gonna do that shit for him. Anybody can take a picture. But I didn't know, and a lot of other people didn't know that he was brushing elbows with Turkey al-Sheikh, that he even had communication with him. I didn't know that. I saw his picture with Warren Buffett. I never really saw or had any idea that he had familiarity with Turkey al-Sheikh. But we know now, though. And if it's not one thing, it's another. Ain't that what your parents used to tell you? Man, Scotty, if it ain't one thing, it's another, man. Goddamn. This time around, they mad because he do have the financial support and backing. Now, how they gonna try to put the play in is trying to say, oh, you need to fight this person before you go up to 68. Every one of them that chose that route, I thought it was a very cowardice way to do business when it comes to your voice being played out on the YTC. The reason why I say cowardice because you know goddamn well what transpired prior to him stepping in the ring last year in his biggest fight against Spence. So you know how everybody was saying Crawford ain't fought no motherfucking body, right? So you're trying to get fighters that don't qualify, just like y'all was saying Crawford, who was already undisputed, 3 divisions in, he didn't qualify to fight Spence. You were saying this man needs to fight a common opponent. He fight Kell Brook, well, it ain't good enough. You know, he was damaged from Spence. And then he go in there and fight Porter. Then you say he was, on retirement. But nobody want to mention the $4+ million, ticket that he got, right? So it was extremely ex parte when it came down to they had all these damn requirements with Crawford just to get a fight in his division. But when it came to him venturing out of that division, getting him a dream off fight out the way, now they want to talk about he doesn't even rate to go up there and fight Canelo. You should fight David Benavidez, who dropped his title twice. Twice now. That's the hatred. You got to be very careful about, the haters. You can see a hater from afar. You can know a hater's around you from afar. They'll show you that they're a hater. Absolutely. Absolutely. They'll show you all day, every day that they're a hater. They don't have to be up close, especially in this boxing game. They'll continue to let it be known why they hate you. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. I'm glad to see that he got the support of Turkey al-Sheikh. And I'm glad to see that, some of the people that I was kind of rocking with on here, I got to see like the extent that they're willing to go to make it personal. Like when you don't want to see someone succeed, I don't think it's ever been a time where I've been on here saying I didn't want a fighter to succeed. That's kind of what I get with the Bud haters. It's like they don't want to see the man make any type of success against Canelo Alvarez. They rock with Canelo so heavy, which is nothing wrong with it. But it's almost to a point where you are infatuated. You have become a bona fide, legitimate, full membership certified cheerleader. You have become a boxing groupie. So if Canelo is a fighter who you consider the best in this damn global sport, why wouldn't you want him to challenge yourself? Because you got somebody like Crawford to say, why would I challenge Canelo if I if I don't think I can win? I'm not doing it to lose. I feel like I can go in there and win. So what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. These people just trying to set a standard that don't exist. They feel if they continue to talk about the same shit all the time about a specific fighter, other dummies just like them will jump on board and co-sign. And that's just what you see on this social media. You saw people, Crawford should fight David Benavidez. Why? He dropped his title twice. The only person he should be fighting is those people that's up there, like the Morels. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever he's fighting next. You know what I'm saying? The winner of Better Beeve and Bivol. He should be fighting those guys. Gilberto Ramirez. Fight the ones that's in your division. Because Canelo, and this is another thing that kind of, made me, think once again that I'm right about these dudes, was the fact that they would say, you need to fight Benavidez, and then those phantom group of people that's out there that's supposed to be the overseers, now they will push for you to fight Canelo. Them overseers don't have no authority to make the fight with Crawford. Where's the power of those overseers now? If the overseers are quiet and you're the one that's out here pushing this motherfucking narrative, and that shit ain't making no sense, how is him going up there fighting Benavidez make any sense when Canelo didn't want to fuck with him? Canelo didn't want to fuck with Benavidez. So how is Crawford moving up there fighting him gets him a freaking entry, a comp ticket to face Canelo Alvarez if Canelo wasn't fucking with Benavidez? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. It goes without saying, man. It goes without saying. It makes no sense at all. Shout out to Mr. International Toby Bartlett in the building. Salute WCS in the hottest chat in the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. No doubt about it. But Al knew and said, I'm not letting nobody touch this fight. A few months later, Spence post, I think it being played. No doubt. See, he said that in 2022. You're right. He said that in 2022. That's why negotiations failed. Because pretty much Bud wanted to fight in 22, but they wanted to fight in 23. It was so many freaking groundhog running around here, chipmunks talking about you know what they were saying, Gooch. They kept on talking about numbers, what Al wasn't going to do. Bud Crawford agreed to everything. But he ducked the fight. He agreed to everything, but he ducked the fight. No, boxing is a business only when it's feasible for people to put it in a narrative that benefit their favorite fighter. Yeah, so-and-so should get paid that. Yeah, Canelo has every right to get paid the money he's earned it. So what about Crawford? Does he have the opportunity to climb the ladder to earn? No, man. No, leave. It's just Canelo right now. We don't want Crawford. Tell Crawford to go fight somebody else. No, it's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. But good point there, Gooch. Tough Glove say they all making videos talking about Bud now. We've been trying to tell them what it was. Facts. I don't want to hear somebody making a video about Bud when you was up there talking about stripped down butt naked. I don't want to hear it, bro. Don't try to creep and tiptoe your ass in here talking about, well, Bud, he's making everything happen. He's doing what he's supposed to. No. Just like Tough Glove just said, we've been trying to tell you the entire time. Shaw News been putting it out there about EJ. That's why I got, he's sitting up under the goddamn cherry tree. It ain't nothing wrong with that though. But I see if he was on his Ann Wolf shit, man. Got some motherfucking heavy bag hanging down from the tree. And motherfucker out there in a dust storm, hitting that motherfucker and the Rocky music playing. I could see if this picture was depicting that shit. But no, he's just up there. He's just out there chilling, which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the very same people that's out here talking about Crawford now, why now though? Why now? I mean, have y'all removed all the hate videos y'all did on the man? Have you made a public apology? When y'all comparing all these insults and comparing the monkeys and shit, I mean, come on, bro. Like, why did y'all leave Spence out there under that tree though? It's no other supporters needed. We don't need y'all, man. Y'all wasn't here from the beginning. Y'all was co-signing, running smear campaigns on this black man. But yet y'all want to say every time somebody that's black act a certain way, you want to compare them to a monkey. When the real monkeys is the ones that's talking about negative information and damn targeting other black fighters. Crawford made a very, very good point that black content creators be targeting black fighters. How long did they stay on Ryan Garcia when he did that racist rant? Not long. Not long. Because they talked about it briefly and then they said, oh, this is not fun enough. I want to go back to Bud. Where's Deontay Wilder at? Where are they at? Look, they don't even talk about the Charlo brothers as much as they talk shit about Bud Crawford. I wonder why. Because he over there in Texas and they get a pass. You notice that they've been fucking up royally. And Crawford over there shooting darts. And they don't even want to talk about some positive shit when this fight come up. You know goddamn well, Tough Glove, they up there waiting on this fight with Fundora to happen so they can get back in character and say, yeah. I think Crawford was just hating, talking about Fundora got knocked out by my dream off. I think he was just hating though. I think Fundora gonna get it together. Yeah. I think this the one right here. Come on, Fundora. They're gonna be placing them bets like they did July 29th. They're gonna be placing them bets, y'all. This is what it all comes down to. A lot of these motherfuckers have not recovered. When they wore that smoking bud pack to the arena and that massacre played out in front of them, they haven't recovered. You know, from somebody who covered a fight out there several times in Vegas, you know what sucks though? You know when the fight card is over, right? The last fight has concluded. And now you got to take the flight back home depending on where you at. That's the most fucked up part when shit start to die down. You know, the crowd you've been kicking it with all fight week, it starts to die down, dissipate, and you get ready to pick your timeline and get back to the airport to fly out, right? Imagine how it felt for the aerosexuals when they went out there and bet all that money. Just like the Devin Haney people that was out there that think I don't know that they bet all that money on Devin Haney beating Ryan Garcia and they lost. You know what I'm saying? No, T.O. ain't just talking, brother. T.O. ain't just talking. No. We ain't gonna look. Blacks don't get away with just talking. Blacks don't get away with just talking. I'll tell you that. We don't get away with just talking now. You know, I tell people all the time, like, you have that relative that continue to do fucked up shit, right? Back in the day. And then you have these relatives that supposed to be older than you. Oh, that's just the way they are. They don't mean no harm, but they doing some fucked up shit though. You taking it the wrong way. That's just, I never got that pass, shawty. I'm just saying, I just never got that pass, man. Oh, that's just the way he is. Till lost his last 3 to 5 fights that he fought. He all mouth. If anything, he's like that. Hey man, once upon a time I supported the brother. I supported T.O., but you're not gonna think that my people are targeted. You know, it's easy for you to profile us. When I said I wasn't fucking with the nigga comment and the monkey, that's just to give other people time to, you know, get their grievances out. It's not that it didn't affect me. It's just my frustration is the people that want to humiliate their own by saying the same thing with this monkey shit. And when Ryan Garcia go out on nigger shit, they the same ones. You know who they are. That's what I meant by I wasn't fucking with it at the time, because these people was like they calling their own people the N word with the ER on it, and they refer to them as monkeys. So why am I sitting up here knowing that it's not a outcry of concern of hold them accountable, just like you will hold a Ryan Garcia or T.O.? Hold them cowards accountable for calling their own people racial terminology. Get at them. That's all. Let them know how you feel. Shout out to the boxing queen, Jessica in the building. Shout out to Blue Hustle Man in the building. What's good with it? I really appreciate Bud taking the time to talk to his fans and non-fans about situations in life. It helped boxing out a lot. Facts, man. you know, you don't have to just have an interview where it's all nice and purty. You know, they was out and about chilling, laxed, in the cut. You know, they was acting like you're supposed to act when you're at home on your own grounds. You know what I'm saying? That interview Bernie just did was as natural as it get. That is as natural of an interview as it get. They have on slides. They pulled up to the cut in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Or where they live at, rather. I'm just saying the hood because, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and say the neighborhood. Okay? People don't say that no more. They pulled up on the block. Let me say the block. Jumped in and shit. Rode to the local spot. Even when he got there, did the interview a little bit in the truck, and then went into the establishment. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get any freaking down to earth and natural as that. Real talk. Shout out to Chuck in the building. He said met Bud in real life. Walks the streets of Omaha, no security, down to earth brother, father, not to be played with. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, the real ones there, Chuck, understands where you at with it. The real ones done seen it. I try to tell people, you know what I'm saying? It's been plenty of times, you know, been on the front lines with my guy, you know, Shaw News, and we done seen Bud up there wrestling. We done seen him on deck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen nobody disrespect Crawford when he was on fight week. All these cats talking about this, that, and the other, and all mad and shit. Like, I ain't never seen nobody from the YTC go up there, even in the media scrum, and say some goofy shit. Never. Not to mention a lot of these cats that's on the YTC, they don't go to fights. That's why they talk the way they talk and act the way they act, because they don't go to fights. They talk all this shit and they want Bud to respond to them on X so they can do some more live streams on it. That's all. That's all that is right there. Seriously. But like I say, I'm not going to sit up here as a grown ass man and complain about the one interview I got with Bud. He gave me my interview, and that was my interview. And what was fucked up, he caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you some shit you probably don't know. I asked Bud for almost a year for an interview, right? I was so used to him not telling me no, so to speak. He didn't tell me no. He just was, you know, in his own little way. He's like, oh, you know, okay, all right. keep it moving, keep it moving. And then I kept it moving too. He was in there with Shakur. I said, champ, can I get an interview? I thought he was gonna say no. I wasn't even prepared. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was just gonna walk again, man. And then he say, I'll give you one after this. I was like, what? He kind of caught me off guard. So he said, hey, I'm getting him an interview. That's it. Ain't none of y'all else talking. I always respect that shit. He gave me an interview myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit up here and complain how many interviews I don't have. No, I'm going to talk about the one I do have. I'm going to talk about all the pictures I got with the champ, in different settings. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. That's what I appreciate right there. Because I tell people, how can you get mad when you're voluntarily covering these fighters? They're not voluntarily fighting for you per se. That's what their employment is. That's what they do in life. So how can you be mad if you don't get the attention that you're looking for? And then when they give you attention, you have to take full advantage of it. Of course, some fighters got good rapport with some of these. I'm not really a talker. I talk more so right here. But in person, I don't really engage like that. I just never been that way in life, But I appreciate being able to take those pictures and see the champ fight. I've been to several of his fights, and this right here, man, he's close to retirement, but my pictures ain't. You know what I'm saying? He close to retirement, but my pictures ain't. You know what I'm saying? I feel blessed. And then you're talking about him going for 3-time undisputed. What? Let's see how they're gonna try to run up and try to get. He's going for 3-time undisputed, bro. Well, I'm alive, and man, come on, bro. That's history, man. That's history right there. Blue say you don't ever show your whole hand. I bet Bud is great at poker. Had everyone confused. Well, we don't see him in the ring. We don't see him get at the Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? We don't see him turn up a little bit. We seen him at the Errol Spence press conference. You know what I'm saying? They was talking to the point. Look, you have to give it up to Bud, who came up there on some peace shit, right? He said it's always all people. We out here shooting and killing. And look, that shit happened. When you try to explain to your people, hey, I see what you upset with. I see why you upset and all that, but I'm not on that time right now, and I'm really not trying to be there either. We keep all this space away. You just try to talk reasonable and people don't want to hear it. So he initially came on stage trying to be peaceful, and they kept on roaring. And then he said, you know what? Nah, you a bitch ass nigga. You keep on talking. Hey, y'all put the camera on him. Put the camera on him. He want the attention. Put the camera on him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I ain't never seen Bud disrespect nobody in person, just like Wilder and some other fight. I never seen them disrespect nobody. But you have so many people online that disrespect them. But what I want them to do is don't try to cross over and say some positive shit about Crawford. I mean, we don't need that shit now. Y'all never apologized to that black man for the bullshit that you was putting out there. Like for 78 to talk about he hoped Blue strip him down butt naked or whatever he said. That was some crazy shit. I still got that audio. Like, did you apologize to that grown ass man with kids and a family and shit? Like, way y'all was over there just dogging the man out, talking about the way he looked. Did you give an apology? Or you just feel that, okay, putting out positive freaking content now shows that you want to be on the right side of history before he gets out of retirement? I get it. But y'all, I've been on here 2 hours. God damn. Hey, man, if y'all out there in Texas, man, and you see Spence up there under the cherry tree, man, don't go up there and pick those gloves off and goddamn try to ask him for an autograph. Don't do that bullshit, man. That's fucked up. Don't try to do that for real. He might have some, some Malawa and some of them sparring dog on that property. Don't go try to pick one of those gloves off and have him signing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But wish him them but the best, man. And y'all get y'all fighter back in the ring, bro. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and gang. Y'all continue to hold it down. Continue to support the channel. And if you choose to hit the like button on your way out, it's up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace.